Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We appreciate all the love and comments that we've been getting. At the time of this recording, we are sitting on 126 subscribers, so the channel is growing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So now, what are we doing today? Today, we are focusing on the Golf again, where we will be changing the petrol, cleaning out the petrol tank. So we were going through the fuel lines, and when we tried to check what's going on with this fuel filter, we realized that there was so much rust in there. This car's been standing for about 6 months, so trust me, being metal, there will be some rust. But then the nice thing is that this stores all the impurities that can be found in the tank. So in order for us to get to the root of everything, we have to get rid of the tank, guys. We have to clean it and make sure that everything in there is proper, and let's get cracking. So you'll ask yourself, why is this bonnet not even on? So we find it easier to work on the car when that bonnet is not on.
Yeah, so this is the petrol filter that we're gonna be putting in the car. I think this is gonna work a little bit better than Reinstallation, because obviously the car's been sitting for so long, and I feel like it started rusting, and now it's gone all the way to the fuel tank, into the fuel lines. So we're gonna need to bleed that out. So that's what we're gonna be putting in.
Yeah guys, so now we are just trying to secure the car, trying to make sure that we can jack it up properly. And as you can see, I was still showing you all the rust that's still coming out of that fuel filter. So the fuel filter is actually a very wonderful tool, because now all that it does, it basically takes out all the impurities from your tank, stores it in that, and it helps you send clean fuel to your engine. And now, as you can see on the suspension, the guys did a terrible job. They actually cut the springs, and when they cut the springs, it lowers the car, which does look nice, but then from a driving perspective, it's not the best thing to do to a car, because you do compromise on the comfort. So I'm not sure if you've ever seen those cars that go around bouncing all over the place. So it's not a good feeling. You need to have a good back and a good neck for this. Trust me, it's not comfortable at all. Cool guys, now we get cracking. So in order for us to remove the fuel tank, we actually have to get rid of the axle. So the axle is what holds your back wheels to the car, but then that also prevents your tank from falling out. Yeah guys, so in this video, it's pretty much like a summary that we are giving you, but then this did take us about an hour 30 minutes. And what really did take us a lot of time is just the unbolting and taking out of the tank. But then when we look at the tank, there's so many impurities which we found in there. So for one, this Golf didn't have a lockable fuel inlet cap, and basically with that, anyone could open it. And where the people stayed, they had a lot of kids that played around the car. So can you guess the things that we found in this? We found coins, we found an old key, we found a bit of sand, we found key holders. There was just so many things that the kids would throw into this tank, and it's starting to make me question why this car was standing for so long. But then, as you've seen in the previous video, it had an electrical issue, so that's what the problem was. But yeah, there's so many things that we then had to take out of the tank. As you can see, he's lifting it there, and this was a great waste, because we had about 300 rands worth of fuel in there. And if you're in South Africa, then trust me, the price of fuel is not the cheapest of things. So yeah, we basically drained out all that old fuel, which was now dirty, contaminated, and cleaned out the tank. So we made sure that we cleaned it up nicely, got it nice and dry, and then we took a bit more time putting back the things together, and then we added clean fuel, which made the car run perfectly smooth, you know. So we replaced that fuel filter, which was a steel one. We replaced it with a plastic one. And what's nice about that is that because it is plastic, you know, it's nice and transparent, and we can then see if there's any issues, basically. Yeah, guys, so once we know that the car is nice and ready for us to drive on the road, you know, and then we will start making changes to the wheels. We're making changes to that unsafe suspension, and then trust me, the color of this car will change. We don't really like this Cremora looking type of color, but there's major changes coming through, so please do stay tuned. Oh, we also checked out the exhaust while we were under the car, so it's got a hole in it, so obviously that's not good for for your emissions, and also just like your fuel range. So do stay tuned. Making big changes to this car, so I can't wait to show you guys the final product once we get ready with that. So stay tuned for more. We thank you, we appreciate you, and we love you guys.